Hi everyone, it's Tiffany. I am here in The Sims 4 with a special SpongeBob SquarePants build. So the kits came out and I did the whole Bikini Bottom bundle and the kids room kit, as well as the house kit in the collaboration with SpongeBob. Came out yesterday as of me recording this voiceover. I don't know if this video will go up today or tomorrow, but anyway. I, of course, had to build something. I really have been inspired to build. So I did a live stream. If you guys missed it, make sure you turn on notifications for the channel so you don't miss live streams. It is now uploaded for members only to watch the whole live stream if you want to watch it. But in the live stream, we made SpongeBob's Pineapple Home, mainly, I would say, using the house kit versus the kids kit. I mean, we used some of the stuff, I think, but like not a ton. Anyway, I still want to make like a SpongeBob themed kids room really badly. The stuff is so cute. And if you're here to hate on the SpongeBob kits, you can leave. I am very much pro SpongeBob. It's been my favorite cartoon since it came out in the good old 90s, 1999. Gosh, that was so long ago. Anyway, I still watch it. It's my comfort cartoon. And the reason you'll see me saving this every like 10 seconds is because we were doing the live stream and then the game just crashed randomly. It doesn't crash for me all that often, but it just decided to crash. So I had to start over. Luckily, we weren't too deep into the build, but it still was sad. Anyway, I had to work with the cursed curve walls, and I knew this was going to be a little bit of a problem. And also, I wanted the complete circle. Like, I wanted it a full circle of a pineapple, and therefore I made it super small. And therefore, I also forgot about a kitchen and a bathroom. So I remembered the kitchen pretty early on, probably like right about this point. I was like, oh, it'll be fine. I'll just put it in the back. But then later I remembered a bathroom and I was like, oh, right. Also, keep in mind, this is not to resemble SpongeBob's house exactly. The interior, that is. Because honestly, does SpongeBob's house even make sense? I don't know. I've never like really looked into it that much. But we didn't like do his library and his slide, obviously, and all of that. I was also debating on putting this fish tank in there. I ended up keeping it, surprisingly, but I was asking everybody in the live, like, do we keep it or not? A lot of people said it was too big, but you know what? It stayed. The bathroom was probably the worst part. I don't know if y'all are gonna like this. You can download this if you want to on the gallery. My ID is Ohcluck. It's yeah. So I tried to get, as many of the niche SpongeBob items. He has his couch, his chair, his bed, all of that in here. I did a ladder instead of stairs, of course, to save on space. It's very much a tiny home. Very much a tiny home. And of course I had to put in some pictures of like him and Squidward, and I put in a bed for Gary. So like this is not all SpongeBob themed stuff. It's from other packs too. I kind of just did what I could with what I had. So this is where I'm like, how the heck am I going to squeeze the kitchen in here? Oh gosh, I ended up making it work. I did. I did it. Is it pretty? Probably not. But you know what? It worked for me at the time. But maybe you guys will end up liking it. You have to let me know what you think. You can be brutally honest. I can take it. I'll be sad, but I can take it. Oh my gosh. This was so fun though. I love these kits. I know there's a big controversy around them, and I get it because I didn't like the Star Wars game pack that came out. I didn't buy it until it was on super sale just so I can get the build buy items. So if you hate SpongeBob, that's fine. Not everybody likes SpongeBob. Not everybody even like knows SpongeBob. So I'm like, to each his own. And I think that's the beautiful thing about kits is if you don't like a theme, you don't have to buy it. I haven't bought every kit. I think there's a few Create a Sim kits I haven't bought. Anyway, I was like, how the heck am I gonna do this? I did give him like his proper bathtub because he does have a bathtub very much like that. I was going to do these dividers, but I was like, maybe it's a little too modern. So then I just threw in one of these that resembled a little bit of water, I guess. So I couldn't put a wall there. And I know I could have sacrificed the bookshelf, or sorry, the fish tank to make it work, but alas, it did not. Well, it could have. I could have sacrificed it. I just did not want to. I wanted to leave it as is. This is a cute little home though. Like if it's just one person living here, like there's no issues. Like you don't even need the divider. You just have your bathroom right in your bedroom. Like why not? Why not, right? I do have to say the downstairs is my favorite though. I thought this was so fun though. I'm going to say that so many times, but it truly was so fun. And I really do want to make more SpongeBob builds. Like I said in my stream, I was like, I should do Squidward's house and Patrick's house, but also I don't know how it would look interior-wise because we don't have a lot of those items, you know what I mean? We don't have Squidward's bed because he has a double bed, and that would have been nice to get. I thought when I was building this kitchen, I thought they really should have added a stove that was like a griddle, like his fry cooking station, and I thought they should have added a double bed that was like Squidward's bed. I don't know, just me. I know they can't add everything because it's a kit. I do feel like this could have been like a stuff pack, to be honest, because there were 2 kits that were SpongeBob themed that released. If they put them together and made them into a stuff pack and added a few more things, I feel like that would have been golden. I don't know. That's just me. That's just my opinion. Anyway, I'm curious to hear your thoughts of the SpongeBob pack for sure. And this build. I definitely wanted to fill that empty space there, and I put in that bookshelf that was from the kids' room kit. But I really do love the pictures and stuff that came with this. It's so fun. Like, come on. Am I missing anything from this build? I do feel like I'm missing something, but I also remember to sink. I was like, oh my gosh, this place is a disaster. Maybe like if you make it a little bit bigger. I was just trying to get the roof to fit. I was just trying to make everything happen. Of course, we got to do exterior work too. And the thought crossed in my mind of like, how, like, could we put in Squidward and Patrick's house, or how could we do that? But I decided to just make this SpongeBob's plot. And this is a big plot. I felt the need to do this in Sulani on sand specifically. So this is why we ended up in this situation. It is way too big. The house is way too small for this big plot. There are smaller sites to build on in Sulani, but they aren't on the water like this one is, you know. They're the more on land ones. So I was like, I have to do this. The plus side is if you have a smaller lot you want to place this on, it'll fit. Maybe not all the landscaping though. I really did fill it out. And you'll see it in a minute, but the Adventure Awaits pack you have to have. Oh my gosh. They have the jellyfish lights, and I ended up putting those in everywhere. You'll see it. It was like a light bulb clicked when I saw it, and I was like, this is perfect, because I wasn't sure what to do, and I was just trying to throw in some decor. And I also tried to keep it mostly tropical for obvious reasons. We're under the sea, and I really wanted like some kind of like kelp looking thing too, but I didn't end up finding anything like that. Just for the yard, right? Anyway, I put in a couple more tropical plants, and I know I tossed in a trash can, yes, and then we did a mailbox that was actually mounted on the pineapple because I didn't like the idea of having a mailbox. However, SpongeBob does have a mailbox, so either way could have worked. But I think the mountable mailbox just matched with the pineapple, and you could totally change it if you want to change it. It's no big deal at all. We did kind of do a little voting in the live. I was like, which one do we pick? Now I'm like, I think we did choose the right one. I think it's a good one now that I'm seeing it. And then I was like, maybe I should put some more of these flowers. The flower, what are they called? Those flowers that are in front of his house now. Oh, I was specifically looking for that path too. Oh, it's a lifesaver. So I did build with way more than the SpongeBob kit. The Riviera kit was a lifesaver with those pebble paths. I thought that was perfect. And then I threw in some rocks from that kit as well. So if you don't have the kit, you're not missing out on too much. It's just some exterior work that I did. So not bad. We will be finishing up here shortly with some jellyfish lights from that Adventure Awaits pack. Like, I was like, when we first got that pack, I was like, what am I going to use these jellyfish lights for? Ever. And ta-da! I did them for, like, the exterior because, you know, they live in the sea and there's jellyfish flying everywhere. I thought it was so awesome. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I really do like this, even though it isn't exactly, I guess, like the show. It's my take on it, and I love it so much. What do you guys think? Hey, I love it, and that's what matters. You guys don't have to download it. You don't have to like it. But I am curious to hear your thoughts on the SpongeBob pack. Were you a pro SpongeBob pack person or are you anti-Spongebob pack? Totally get it either way. I also thought this blank space right in the front was like not great. So I just threw in that thing from Get Famous. It's that pond thing. I forget what it's called. But I threw that in. Somebody suggested a jacuzzi. I would have did a pond if it weren't a water lot. So that's what we went for. And you can take that out pretty easily. It's not a big deal. I think it ultimately did fit because I was like, could just leave it blank or we could put it in. And I just left it. I thought it was kind of cute. So if you do put this on a regular lot, you could totally just put the, oh goodness. Put the like a pond there or whatever. Anyway, I'm just doing a little bit of terrain painting here and that's going to wrap up this speed build. You guys are going to have to let me know what y'all think of this. We can go for the official tour here in a moment, but definitely excited for this one. The jellyfish really took it home for sure. All right, here we are right in front of SpongeBob's home. Oh, I didn't realize how flat that rock was. Anyway, I love the jellyfish. You can see the flowers that we chose. We just have the 3 sets. So 6 total flowers on this inside. And like I said, I worked with curved walls, so the ceilings aren't going to look good. There's clips in the windows. I mean, I did what I could, you know? All right. So actually, the ceiling looks great here. So we walk in and this is what we see. Nice, cozy home. That's a little bit of it sticks out. But you know what? I stuck as much on theme as I could. This, for instance, looks great. This, fantastic. This, does it work? Let me know in the comments. There's not too much to tour here, honestly. We're all in the same space. All right, let's go up the stairs and see the bedroom. All right, so you walk up, you can't see. No, you can see in the crack, just like a public restroom. But this is actually really cute. Like, if you look at it like this, with the fish tank in the bed, I love this picture right here, actually. Oh, and Gary's eyes just sticking out. Yes, I did not mention that in the speed build, but I'm sure you saw it. I did move Gary upstairs and I put him in his pet bed. I debated whether or not I wanted to put in the litter box, but I decided not to. Anyway, the bathroom is just pretty much the problem. I did have a suggestion that we could do a basement and do a ladder and do a bathroom at the bottom, but that's totally up to you if you want to take this and renovate it or do whatever you want. But that's it. That is the build. I mean, if we look from up here, you could see the furniture, the exterior, the what am I thinking of? The landscaping. But anyway, let me know what you guys thought of this, of the packs, of the build. I'm curious to hear your thoughts, or read your thoughts. But thank you guys so much for being here, so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time.